The following is a presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Hi there, I'm Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program. It's been way too long since I did a video for any of Roberto Chiavini's games. And so today we're going to run 2 sprint races using unrestrained bolts. And in fact, Usain Bolt will run in the second feature of our doubleheader today. We go back to 2017, and the 100 meters for both the women and the men, for the World Championships in London, the last World Championships there. Of course, remember, the Olympics have been delayed. This would have been a World Championships year in athletics. But so we go back to the most recent one. We're going to see Usain Bolt race Justin Gatlin. And the 100 meter for the men, Elaine Thompson, Tori Bowie, and Marie Jose Talou of the Ivory Coast are the top 3 women for the 100 meters there. So let's get to it. Let's do some good old-fashioned running, okay? Since this is an explainer video, I'll show you the chart I'm going to be rolling the dice and reading off from. Every runner is either rated from A to Y, the super best ever, or for A. And if you run at my speed, well, if you're running at my speed, you're in some deep doo-doo, from A to Y. And so we're going to read from table A. The dice are on monitor number 2, and I'm not going to show you those. I'll tell you what they are. And so the best roll is a 2, a worst roll is a 12. If you roll a 2, you move up to the left 1 column and then re-roll. So it's possible to get a better result if you kind of stumble a bit and roll a 12. Then you roll from, well, first you take the result and then you re-roll it. And so it's an open-ended result. So don't know what the final times are going to be, but we'll figure it out. And you use this. Unrestrained bolts is for any race under 400 meters and under. So from table A, you would read for the 60 meters, an indoor race, a 60-meter hurdles, 100 meters, which we're going to do 2 races of that length today, 100-meter hurdles, 110-meter hurdles, which we run at the Olympics, and the 200 meters. Now, the key thing is that this breaks it down into 25-meter chunks, as opposed to Central Lane Athletics, which we've used before, which is 50 meters chunks. Central Lane's Athletics is probably a little more streaming friendly, but the granularity for going every 25 meters builds more intensity in the race. And so that's what we're going to do. And so in a moment, we'll put them in the blocks, and we'll go right to it right here from London or Burlington, Vermont on Retro Sports Network. So my old eyes have the table at 175% on monitor number 2. Let's meet the runners. And we'll sort them after 50 meters. I'll just do the 8 dice rolls and then the 8 dice rolls again. Then we'll pause and sort, and then do the last for after 50, 75, and then the last for the 100. So we do this in 4 steps every 25 meters, and the average time, Roberto is figured to be 2.77 seconds per 25 meters. That's pretty quick. Elaine Thompson from Jamaica, the best runner in the field. We'll be reading from her from the G column. Tori Bowie of the United States reads out of the H. Marie Jose Talou from Ivory Coast reads out of the H column. Rosangela Santos from Brazil reads out of the I. Germany's Gino Luckenkemper reads out of the J, along with Daphne Schippers of the Netherlands. She's also very good in the 200 meters. Muriel Ahori from the Ivory Coast reads out of the K, and Michelle Lee Ahai of Trinidad and Tobago reads out of the L. These are all fast runners. And so you'll see the times develop on the right. We're going to roll for each 25 meters. I've got ball roller open. 2 10-sided dice is what I have. And so out of the blocks we go. And it's an 8G, and that is 2.72. A good start for Thompson. Bowie reads a 6H, which takes 0.6 off of the first 25 meters. So they are literally toenail by toenail. Marie rolls a 7, which is going to be the same thing, right? Out of the H. No, it's 0.05. The top three are literally separated by 1,000th of a second. Santos out of the I reads a 5, and she rolls a 0.06. A good start for everybody. Luckenkemper rolls a 9 out of the J, and that is, oops, that's going to be, she does not get a good start. How much of a hair trigger is that? Well, it's only 0.05 of a second behind Bowie and Santos, but that's enough to probably cost her the race. Now, Shippers. Shippers needs a good roll. Won't, in fact, Shippers is going to take 2 rolls here, so we're going to go J, 12, so we're going to add time, 0.2. We're going to read out of the K, 7. Actually, it's going to be an average. Again, a slow start, 5 or 600ths of a second behind. Now a hurry. Reading out of the K column. Oh, she got a good one, 0.07 to the good. She might be leading. She rolls up to the J, 7J, 0.7, and 1/10 of a second. Wow, she got a great start out of the gate. I out of the L, only a 1-column read, and it's a slow start. So, after 25 meters, it's a hooray by a good 0.04 of a second. That's not even a half a step. That's how close they are. Now, halfway through the race, let's roll for I. We'll sort after this run, or this stretch, and then we'll show you where they are in the field. I. Again, out of the L, rolls a 9. 9L is, we're going to add 1/1000th of a second. Ohore, who had the great start, does not get it next. The next 25 are not that great. She runs it in 2.79 seconds. Shippers rolls a 5 on the J. And she's going to actually get 0.05 of a second boost. So a second 50 much better. She's done it in 5:49. Luckenkemper out of the J. Oh, she's going to lose some time, 0.02. She rolled a 12, so we rolled the next column down, 8 on a K, 0.02, and just 0.01. Going to add. An opening 50, a 5:54 for her. Santos out of the I, 9. It is 0.02. Toulouse from the Ivory Coast, 7H is 0.05 to the good. Now Bowie, who had a good start, 3H. That's a great thing. It's going to be 0.09. A second 50 of 2.68 seconds. She's in the lead. Thompson rolls a 9 on the G, and that is, well, it's not bad. Halfway through the race, Tori Bowie, maybe with an arm out in front of Toulouse of Ivory Coast. Thompson is in 3rd. Santos and O'Hara are tied for 4th. Shippers in 5th. Luckenkemper and I, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Trail in the field, but it's a pretty brisk opening 50 meters. Now, I6L is going to be 0.02 to the good. So 2 point. 7.5, Luckenkemper. 8J is going to be 2.75. Shipper's also out of the J. Gets a good roll. Rolls a 4. She's going to get 0.06 of a second. Her third 25 and 271. She's gotten faster all 3 times. A hurry. Rolls an 11. Okay, that's not that great. In fact, she'll lose. In fact, she's run, after that great start, she stumbled the last 2 things, and she's going to slip behind Shipper. Santos. Out of the eye. Sounds like I'm doing a football game. I 6.05 to the good. She posts her second best 25 meters. Thompson looking to win this thing. That's the best chance of it. 8G is 0.05 again. 272 or 25-meter splits have been consistent. Salute from the Ivory Coast. Rolls a 9. We're reading off of H. And it is 0.03 or 0.03. And now Toribo 9H again. That is going to be 0.03. So it looks like Tori Bowie is up by 4/1000th of a second. So as we hit the last 25 meters, it's Bowie just ahead of Thompson, who's literally 2 hairs ahead of Toulouse and Santos. Shippers 0.07 of a second back. Then a hurry, Luckenkemper and I may be a step behind there, but it's going to be a pretty quick run here. Now, let's see who wins. I9L. She's not going to win it. She'll lose. She finishes at 11:07. Luckenkemper. 7J is going to be good. Her best 25 of the race at 274. She crosses the line in 11.03 seconds. So hooray. Out of the... Oh, she gets an open-ended roll. So we're going to give her 0.007. And then 6J is 11. Oh, so she's going to run a 2.66. What a finish for a hurry. 1091. Now here's Shippers. Shippers 8J. That's not great. She'll do the last 25 in 2.75 seconds. She got passed by Ahura. Still 1095. Not bad. Here's Santos. Her best 25 is 271. Santos. Ooh, this might actually be good too. In fact, it will be good. It'll be 2.69. She crosses a line in 1087. Toulouse. Ooh, 4H. A good finishing kick for her. $269. In fact, it may be a photo finish for third. Here's Thompson. Thompson, a 4 on a G. A great finish, a kick for her, 0.09. She crosses a line at 1085. Here's Bowie. Bowie, 6H is going to be 0.06. She stretches and wins it by 1/1000th of a second. She is the world champion. She ran it in 10.84. Thompson second with a 10.85. They both were leaning. Thompson and O'Hurry had the best closing kick. Bowie was very steady. Her worst was 274, but that's all it is, a 10.84. Toulouse and Santos will share the bronze. Schipper in sixth, or Hurry passed her at 10.91. Luckenkemper and then I with an 11.07 finish. And that's how this finishes up. Tori Bowie, your women's world champion for 2017. So yes, it's always a bit bizarre to have a 100-meter dash that takes 11 seconds to run to be run in about 12 minutes. But that's the way it is. Okay, so let's meet the men who are in their final. Justin Gatlin from the USA runs out of the I column. Christian Coleman from the Americas will run out of the J. Usain Bolt, the most famous runner of the 21st century, will run out of the J column from Jamaica. What a relay this would be. Julian Forte from Jamaica and Johan Blake run out of the K. Also in the field, Akani Simbine of South Africa runs out of the K column. Ben Yusuf Mite of the Ivory Coast out of the L, and Su Bingtan from China will run out of the L. Those are your 8 finalists. Same thing. This time around, the average time per 25 meters is 2.52 seconds. And so that's what we'll be rolling these things on. And again, any roll of a 2 is open-ended the good way, and a 12 is really considered a stumble. And you could see from when the other race that after 25 meters, everyone was just kind of all within there, and then there was actual separation towards the end of the race. So we'll run this, and then I will post the real times of the races from the 2017 World Athletic Champions. So everybody's on the mark. No false starts for this, of course. Justin Gatlin rolls a 10 on the I, and that's 0.01 to the good. A slow start for Gatlin. Coleman, 8J. We'll get a little bit ahead. That's 0.02 to the good. In opening 25 and 2.5 seconds. Bolt, 9J. Does he get a good start? No, 0.01. Forte from Jamaica, 11 out of the K. A slow start for everybody. In fact, he'll lose a bit of time, 2.54. Blake, there you go, 7K. That's probably a bit better. In fact, that's to the good, 2.5. Simbine, a 7K. Again, that is 2.5. Ben Youssef rolls a 6 on an L, and that is 2.5. And Sue of China rolls an 8L, and that will be a 2.52. And so 4 runners are even. What a start. It was not a good start for Forte. Gatlin and Bolt wish they had a better start. Not a great start. This should not be a very fast 100 meters. So Bington again. His second 25, 7L, is a 0.01 to the good. So his opening 50 and 5:03. Ben Yusuf Bite of the Ivory Coast. Oh, a 4. He got some speed. 4L is 0.04 to the good. His opening 50 and 4:98. Simbine rolls an 11K, and it's slow, 2.54. His opening half and 5:04. Blake, who is tied for the lead after the first 25. 7K is 0.02 to the good. He has run the race in it. The first 50 and a half and 5 flat. Really, I broadcast for a living. Forte rolls a 7K, and again, 2.5. An opening 50 of 504. Bolt. Trying to get the job done. Oh, no, he rolls a 12. So, Jay, it's 0.02. The good news is, if you make it back up, 8K is... Okay, so he's just going to lose 0.01 here. Not a good 50, but everybody's within, goodness, 7/100ths of a second of each other. Coleman. 11J. That's not good either. 2.53. If Gatlin could get something good. No. Never seen so much 11 and 12s in my entire life. He rolled an 11I. So that is a flat 2.52. So as I said, it's 600ths of a second separating the entire 8 runners. Ben Yusuf Mite of the Ivory Coast right now has the upset, 4.98. Blake at 5 seconds. Gatlin, Coleman, and Bingtain of China at 5:03. Bolt, Forte, and Simbine at 5:04. But it literally is anybody's race for the last 50 meters. Simbine, 3K. That's a great start. As his best 25 of anybody in the race in 2.46. Forte. Gonna need something similar. We'll get something similar. 4K. It's not just a viewing thing. 0.05. $7.51. Bolt 5J. That should be some sort of difference. Yep, 0.05. $2.47. Bingtain of China 9L is 0.01 to the bad. Like running 25 meters in 2.53 seconds would ever be bad. He slips to last. Here's Coleman. Coleman rolls a 4 on a J. That should be some good there. It's 0.06 to the good. He has the first 79 at 7.49 seconds. Gatlin. Reading on the best column. Rolls a 4 out of that I. And yes, 2.57. So 2 and 5 is 2.45. He right now is in first. Here's Blake. 5K is 0.5. He's at 7:47. Here's Mite. Ben Yusuf looks at 7L. That won't be great. In fact, that will be so it looks like Bingtain's out, but everyone else is within 4/100ths of a second. So as we start the last 25 meters, Blake by 1,000th over Gatlin. Then Coleman, Mite, Simbine, 3/100ths of a second. Then Bolt, Forte, and Bingtain. Who's going to do this? Whose cuisine's going to reign supreme? Bingtain 8L is going to run that in a 2.52 flat. He's over the line in 10.08 seconds. Forte. Needing a big kick. I'm not sure he's going to get it. Nope, 0.02. He runs 110.01. He had two. His best 25 was 2.47. Bolt. Boy, does he need a bolt right now. He can make this up or not. 7J is going to be, he won't win. It's going to be just 0.03 to the good. His last 50, 247 and 249, but he's over the line in 10 seconds. Simbine. Simbine, good medal here. 5K, 0.04. A great last 50, 46 and 48. He's over the line at 998. Mite got passed by the big 3 before. 7L is going to be 0.01. He will not medal. He runs it in 10 flat. Now the finish. Coleman 9J. 0.01. Ooh. A slow finish. Another 10. Simbine looks pretty good. Gatlin 9I is 0.02. $9.98. Blake. Can he win this for Jamaica? 7K is 0.02. And yes, look at the time. 9:97. Blake and Simbine tie for second. There's no bronze here. Then it's Coleman, Mite, and Bolt. The distance and the difference in the race was 1/1000th of a second. Let's get the results finalized, and we'll show you in a moment. So the results: Blake with the gold at 9:97, Gatlin and Simbine with 9:98, Coleman, Mite, and Bolt at 10 seconds, Forte at 10:01, and Bingtain at 10:08. Now the real results: Gatlin wins it with 9:92, Coleman at 9:94, Bolt at 9:95. Blake finished fourth in the real race from lane 7. Oops, I forgot Reese Prescott, but it really didn't matter. Then Simbine, Vakau, Prescott, and Bingtain. So season best for Bolt was 9:95. Gatlin with 9:92, a season best in the World Championship. And our race was 9:97. I goofed, there was a World Championship in 2019. But this is from 2017, and that's all that matters. So Tori Bowie of the United States wins with a 10:84. Elaine Thompson, 10:85. Marie Jose Toulouse of the Ivory Coast at 10:87 with Rosalija Santos. Daphne Shippers at 10:95. Well, I forgot to sort it. Muriel Ahuri finished ahead of her at 10:91. How'd we do? Well, Tori Bowie won the world gold at 10:85. Toulouse at 10:86. Shippers at 10:96. Ahuri 10:98. Elaine Thompson at 10:98. Michelle Lee Ahai of Trinidad and Tobago 11:01 and Santos 11:06. How do we do? Pretty gosh darn good. That was very close. The men probably could have been a little bit closer or a little bit there, but again, a very accurate, very believable race. I don't know why it beeped at me, but now, so there you go. I mean, it took us a half hour to run the two races. All you need is a piece of paper, really just 2d6, and an order from Roberto's site, and you got it nailed. It really does give you all the intensity of a sprint race. Obviously, you can't roll dice in 10 seconds to do everything like that. But there you go. It gives all the tension. You know the starts. There is a false start rule. If you roll, I think, 4 2d6 and the total number is under 6, there's a false start. But again, with all of Roberto's games, they're very exciting and very believable. And that's the key to it all. And so there you go. The men and women sprints from the 2017 World Championships in London. I'm Ron Chuckett. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you the next time.